was a fucking word.
What were you saying?
5 times, bro. 5 fucking times.
The Dolphins won. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone?
What's up, guys?
Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is episode number 53. It is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020.
Fuck, already.
On a cold, windy night here in El Paso, Texas. With us today, special friend, guest on the podcast. His name is Jamil Barbar. Go ahead and say what's up to the pod, dude.
What's up, y'all? What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Does anybody call you Jamil? Or is it just always like Jimmy or Mr. Barbar?
Some people do, man. Some people call me Jimmy. Some people call me Jamil. So, especially back home in the Middle East, it's sort of split between my friends. It's kind of interesting. So, because my friends I'm from Lebanon, but I was born and raised in Dubai. And my friends in Lebanon call me Jimmy, but my friends in Dubai call me Jamil. I have no idea why.
Hey,
it's crazy.
But that's just how it goes.
Well, hell yeah, man. Thank you for being here on the podcast today.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, chilling, and spending some time with us. Guys, Misa's back from visiting his Indian burial ground. And, well, we might get to that later. I don't know. We have a lot of stuff we want to talk to Mr. Barbar about. Nick is here. He's going to be doing the producing today. And make sure, guys, if you aren't following us on Facebook, do that. Like us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Apple Podcasts. Make sure you write a rating and leave a review. So let's get into this podcast. But first, there's a tradition, guys.
What's the tradition?
A tradition, unlike any other, that we must abide by and we cannot waver. And that tradition is the cracking of the celebratory beer. And it sounds something like this. Yeah.
Damn,
I'll crack open my water bottle.
So crack open that water, get hydrated. That shit's important. Drink your water, kids.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let me indulge everybody. Nick, cheers to you getting hydrated as well. Cheers, guys. Episode 53, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We have Jamil Barbar in here. So we got a lot to discuss with this guy. We're going to talk to him about, growing up in Dubai, coming over here, meeting Misa. We'll get into his actual podcast that he does, the Barbar Show. We'll talk to him about being a gun expert, and we'll talk about the Jake Paul and the Tyson fight, guys. So real fast, dude. Yeah. I just I saw a tweet like 2 seconds ago. Nate Robinson is still officially asleep.
I actually did not see that fight, so I'm going to have you guys fill me in on that.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show him a clip or something.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
During the break,
During
the break, we'll show you like a little YouTube of the fight. That way you can have some context. So
right on.
All right, dude. So real fast before we get into it, I have to shout out my brother Matt. His birthday was 3 days ago, so shout out to him.
Hey,
and shout out to my little cousin Adam. He also had a birthday, so shout out to you guys.
Shout out
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
that's illegal.
There you go. So,
bro, I'm just impressed that you remember what all the sound buttons do on the Roadcaster.
Oh, dude, it took a long. Dude, we have how many?
I only use one button.
You know what? We've switched it up a few times. I'm confident about probably 5 of the 8. I would say
we're gonna quiz you in a bit.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll quiz. We'll quiz at the end.
We'll find out.
So, Mr. Barbar, for our audience that doesn't know you, go ahead.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about who you are. And kind of like, let's
summarize
it. Growing up in Dubai.
Yeah, man. So I guess we'll start with a little surface introduction. Then we could dive deeper into whatever aspects of my life you guys want to dive into. But as I said a minute ago, I'm from Lebanon. That's a small country in the Middle East. For people who don't know, bordering Israel and the what is it? I don't even know at this point. The Red Sea. The one that Moses supposedly parted. So, yeah, I was. That's where I'm from. But I was born and raised in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. Lived there till I was about I'd say almost 14 when I came to the States.
Never lived anywhere else before that?
No, just Dubai. I mean, we spent, that's where I lived and went to school. So in the summers, we'd go to Lebanon when school would let out. And the rest of the year, I was in the United Arab Emirates. And then at about 13, 14, I came to the States, straight to El Paso. I was in the 8th grade, went to Wiggs, and then did high school at Coronado, and then went to UTEP. So been in El Paso for a while, man.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, 15, 16 years, I think. Now it's been 16 years almost. No, yeah, something like that.
What do you remember most about being in Dubai? Because like for people who don't know, if you've never like seen any pictures of Dubai or the way that shit is,
you must be living under a rock.
Yeah, because like
You guys should see how fast it's changed.
they live like
Yeah.
in modern day now. They live like very lavishly over there. Like these buildings are huge. There's huge skyscrapers. Like I know they even at some point like they were manufacturing islands out there.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So guys, go look this up if you have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, it's phenomenal, man.
But tell us a little bit about being there and like what you remember about growing up there.
Yeah. Speaking of the islands, the last time I went there, about 5 years ago, I went for a visit, and I went to one of the Palm Islands. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can't really tell that you're on a Palm Island when you're on it. Yeah. Right, like you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't see.
Can't tell it's a palm because you can't see it.
Yeah, but from up above, if you take a look, if you have the chance to get on a skyscraper or something and look down, it's fascinating, man. It's fascinating.
What's the population there? Is it?
Dude, I just looked this up a few days ago and I forgot. I want to say
million.
No. I mean, total population, including immigrants, probably like 8 million.
Oh,
that's not right, but it's in that neighborhood. I don't remember. I just looked this up a few days ago. I was curious about how many people there are locals, like citizens.
Right.
And
it's about 3.3 million.
Is that the total population?
That's what it says on Google.
No, well, that's Dubai. I'm looking at the United Arab Emirates is 9.63 million. That's out of as of 2018.
Yeah,
that's according to.
But there was like
Google.
a big explosion of people moving there.
Yeah, man. So if you live in, like, look, the majority of the Middle East is a war zone. The majority of it is unstable. Yep. Well, I wouldn't say the majority of the Arabian Peninsula specifically. In that region, I would say the unstable countries are Lebanon, Syria, Iraq. Those are places that you don't want to live, right? Especially not right now. But the Middle East as a whole, and most of Africa, even if you go further east to India, Pakistan, all those countries, there's nothing going on over there, right? So people, when they want to actually try to build a life, they go to Dubai or Kuwait, or even Bahrain has been increasing in popularity over the years. But you go over there and that's where you can build a life for yourself. Now, it's not going to be a great life. A lot of these people end up doing construction. They're working in 120-degree heat or whatever the hell it is, a ton of humidity. A lot of them end up dying from heat stroke. And it's a tough life. But even that life is a lot better than what they have in India, right? At least they can eat and they have a roof over their head and they can feed their kids and probably save up enough money to be able to retire, go back to India someday, or Somalia or the Philippines, or whatever it is. Right? Syria, Lebanon. I mean, that's what my dad was doing in Dubai. He left Lebanon when he was, 18 years old. It was full of war and fighting, and still is today. And so he got the hell out of there.
You still go back to Lebanon?
Yeah, it's been like 8 years since I went to Lebanon, man. I miss the hell out of it, but it's just not a place I want to be right now. I think it would sadden me if I went there.
You have family still out there?
Oh, I got a ton of family. Yeah, I probably have over 100 cousins. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know most of them.
Why do you say
Chris? Pretty much like half the city is his cousin, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of cousins. It's ridiculous.
In El Paso,
everybody you run into is somehow.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah,
this is literally my cousin.
I'm probably his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
Of course not. I was gonna say, why would it hurt you to actually go back there?
Just to see what a mess it is, man. Just to see, I talk to my friends who are living there, and a lot of there's just so much wrong with the country. There's so much instability, right? You go buy food at the store, and people have switched the expiration date on the item, and you're buying spoiled food. And
that's crazy. Never even thought of that.
Parts of the country, the trash is piling up. They can't even maintain a trash service. So the trash is piling up, and you've got a ton of corruption, a lot of thievery. You've got boatloads of refugees from when ISIS was prominent in Syria and Iraq. A lot of them came over to Lebanon. And so there's, from what I hear, a lot of homeless people, a lot of these refugees that just came over with nothing. And there's a lot of homelessness, and homelessness usually at those high rates will bring about a lot of crime. And so,
was it kind of like that when you went, like 8 years ago?
No, man, no. When I was a kid, we'd go there in the summers. It was great, dude. I would leave. I mean, I was 9, 10, 11 years old. I'd leave the house in the morning. I'd come back at night. And my parents had no idea where I was at, but they knew I was okay.
Yeah, right.
I was just playing with my friends. We'd go from one neighborhood to another, right? Just playing on the streets. That's something that really, I think, is sad that you don't see anymore. You don't see kids playing on the street
it's
anymore.
Died down a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I have younger siblings, and they're always fucking inside, man. On the damn iPads, video games, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think the way our neighborhoods are structured nowadays, they don't really allow for outdoors activities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just everything is too compacted, and I don't know. Like the parks suck. I mean, still, look, if you had a bunch of kids that didn't have stuff to keep them indoors, to keep them busy while they're indoors, they're going to go outside.
Yeah.
If you don't have entertainment inside, you're going to go outside. You're going to find entertainment. You're going to create entertainment.
Yeah, because I remember we're probably the last actual
Generation,
maybe a few years after us, but shortly after us was where that switched and everything was
smartphones came out.
Yeah, smartphones. Well, I call it the ease of access. Everything was just given to you now.
Yeah.
You have a computer, so you can spend all fucking day on that thing. And then once these things came along,
looking at
and now we're putting the fucking computer in your hand and in your pocket all fucking day. You know what I mean? It's ease of access. So especially for kids and parents, they're here, dude, watch this shit.
Yeah, and shut up here.
Yeah. Well, that's
it works though, dude. Just saying.
It works. Yes, it works. Because this is stimuli, dude. This is stimuli. This will literally I can literally look at my phone probably all fucking day if I really wanted to.
What do you do on
You
there?
know what I mean?
He watches TikToks all day.
I don't even have TikTok.
No, it's fucking.
The one person that's not on.
Nah, I could be on TikTok for 3 hours, dude. I don't even know 3 hours passed by.
Yeah, dude.
I'm learning how to use TikTok, just barely.
Yeah, somebody actually, my friend Luis today said we should get a TikTok.
Yeah, dude, I've never.
He suggested that.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot to try to keep up with, man. But it's really an amazing thing. It's truly magnificent to have a computer with the power capabilities of a cell phone, as small as it is, just in your palm, right? So much access.
Yep.
At just the tap of a screen.
Dude, I remember not even thinking of that. I remember wanting to get home and making sure nobody was on the phone so I could use the internet.
Yeah, I want to get a soundbite on my Roadcaster. That's I'd probably annoy the hell out of people. You know the noises they used to make when you would dial up? Yeah, the dial-up noise. It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to listen to it one of these days by myself and cry a little bit. You know?
Dude, you can definitely
just
Google
reminisce
that on YouTube. And
piece of shit, 95 Windows and 98. The only thing that computer was good for is playing solitaire. That's it.
So hilarious. So real fast, last thing I wanted to ask you about living in Dubai.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit about growing up there in a bit. Yeah, I skipped over that.
Because from what I've seen, and this is just from seeing people's vlogs over there when they travel, they drive a lot of fancy cars.
Dude.
Fancy cars are everywhere.
Absolutely.
Money everywhere.
Absolutely.
So is it that much that there's that many rich people, or are those cars just there? Are they just for everybody to have?
There's
it's ridiculous. It's what is this?
There's you know how there are some people who have money and they buy really expensive things because that's just their taste in life. They like expensive things.
Yeah.
They're not really trying to flaunt it. That's just kind of how they roll.
Right.
And then you've got people that just want to let you fucking know how loaded they are.
Just stupid, man.
Yes.
Stupid.
So they decided, you know what? We're going to give our police officers Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Right? So
that is true. They actually have.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, isn't
not the whole police force, right? But they drive. Some of them drive.
When you ever see a fucking?
I don't want to get arrested just to ride on
Bugatti.
When you ever see a fucking Lamborghini here, at a police force anywhere in the United States.
dude,
You would
no.
never see that.
But you know what, man? Some border patrol agents drive they drive Ford Raptors, which is an $80,000 vehicle, which is fantastic. And with all the stuff that they do to it, it probably ends up costing $90,000.
Doesn't Dubai have like the only 6-star hotel in the world?
I heard about that. Yeah, I wonder if it's Burj Al Arab.
6.
I wonder if it's
Look
Burj
that
Al
up,
Arab.
dude.
Yeah.
Look it up because
It's probably Burj Al Arab. BURJ.
Bush Alada.
LAL Arab. ARAB.
URJ.
Arabic
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hard to learn.
That's the one I'm thinking. Arabic's super difficult to learn.
Yeah, dude. Of
Can you
course
spell it
it
again, man?
is.
I'm sorry about that.
Burj is BURJ. Burj means tower.
Okay.
Al Arab, the Arabic tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking Arabic tower, bro.
Yeah,
that shit
dude.
better
I'm falling
have-
in love with
That
this
shit better
guy.
have fucking 6
Oh, dude, it's
stars.
amazing. I went on one time just for the fun of it, and I looked at their rates for a room, and I think like their cheapest room is, I don't know, $5,000 a night or something like that. It's stupid,
Jesus.
dude. Yeah,
dude, that's
it's pretty
that's-
insane. I think when
Yeah,
you get
6 stars.
I think when you get to
6
the
stars,
executive
6
suite, it's
stars,
like
man.
15,000 a night. It's something insane like that. Yeah, it's really cool. Right across from it, there's a phenomenal water park. Now,
Actually, 7 stars. My bad.
7 stars.
I heard it was
Hold
good.
on.
Dude, what?
Hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
Bro, you got the wrong button.
Wrong button.
Oh, you know what?
He failed that test already.
Yeah, my bad,
Man,
guys.
7 stars, dude.
I was gonna hit the
that's
breaking
great.
news sound, dude.
Yeah, cheapest one right now is like $2 grand.
2 G's, and that's
$7,000
probably
for
COVID
7
prices.
stars?
7 stars, dude.
Oh my
7
God.
stars.
Fantastic, yeah.
That shit
Gold
skipped
leaves.
2 stars.
Yeah, if I'm
Gold
not-
leaves to wipe your ass.
Yeah, like what?
No. They literally have golden toilets.
No
Okay.
way.
Yeah. Or at least like certain parts of the toilet are made out of gold.
They
Or
shit
like,
on
like
gold.
Yeah,
Damn,
basically.
imagine, dude, being able to say
I believe they have an underwater restaurant too, which is pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken,
An
I think they have
underwater
an
restaurant?
Yeah.
I'm over here still trying to like wrap my head around like what do you have to do as a hotel to get fucking 7-star rating?
You got to be a fucking baller, bro.
Like it has to be the most
That's it. You
ridiculous
gotta be a
shit
baller.
ever.
It
dude.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Like I need
Yeah,
to
I
walk
mean-
in there and be like, why do people live like this? This is so lavish.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like that shit's
you
crazy.
get carried everywhere. Like,
You pull up, they like get you out of your car and just carry you like to the front desk. Then they pull the wallet out of your fucking pants and they're like, here. It's like, you don't have to do anything. You literally don't do anything the whole time. That's crazy.
Maybe
you got
Maybe, I
an
don't
itch
know.
and they
One-
go and
one-
scratch it for
I'll,
you.
I'll stay there someday, and if you guys stay there someday, let me know what you think, and I'll let you know what I think.
Take us in your suitcase or something because I ain't got that kind of.
Get that money, bro.
We'll get it
Get
one
that
day.
money, man. You don't. You just say what you ought to say is, I don't have that money now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to leave it
Yeah.
open ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
Can't
has to
just
get
say
it.
that will never happen.
Yeah, right.
You gotta
right.
leave it open
Right. If
because
it's never going to get better, then just fucking kill
Yeah.
yourself now. I mean, what's the point?
just
You
get
know
it
what I mean?
over with.
Just jump off the roof,
Right?
bro.
I mean,
Just
what-
get it over with, dude. Might as well.
I'll
Look,
buy me
there he
some.
goes.
Yeah.
See you, dude. Hey, what about that fucking mullet haircut, dude? That
Dude,
shit's trash.
That's some Billy Ray
at
Cyrus
him.
shit over there, man.
Hey, Barbar got here to the studio, right? He gets to the studio, he sits down, and then Misa sits down, and eventually he just goes, Misa, what the fuck is up with the mullet? Like, what the fuck is that? That shit was so funny, dude.
It's the trend now, bro. It's the trend.
Dude, I want to
I'm not joining.
Yeah, I'm not
I can
joining
do that.
hell no.
No.
No way, dude. I mean, I like simple, clean haircuts, and like
Some
I don't know.
fresh.
This looks like it takes a lot of work, right?
It didn't
Misa?
work.
I know. This guy. He's like, wait, I still want to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so Misa's coming back, guys. He didn't dip out on us after all. So
Yeah.
what's like one of the most like memorable fucking things you would do as a kid over there? Like, is it the same shit you would
Oh
do
man,
here?
just
Like,
play in the streets, dude. Just
Fucking
get
go
dirty.
wild.
Get dirty. Like you play and you have to stop every couple hours and get the sand out of your shoes,
Hey.
and then you continue playing. But probably my
sand check.
yeah, probably my. I mean, that's not too different from El Paso,
Yeah,
But,
yes. Same. Facts.
Yeah, sand everywhere.
yeah, probably the one activity that I was most frequently engaged in as a kid was getting in trouble at school.
Hey.
That's that was a
Is
very
the school system?
that was a very common thing.
So
That
I'm
was-
very good at that. He's like, I was
I'm
fucking good at
really. I always got A's in that.
that.
Yeah,
Insane.
yeah,
was a whole like school a lot different than
yeah. Way different. Yeah, way different. Much more work for one. and it's a European-based system. So
do they put emphasis on different things? Or I mean, sorry, like what do you mean by European?
I suppose you could say that. Well, that's just what I know it is. I don't know exactly what the difference is between that and an American system, but that's just what I know it is. It's a lot more
metric system. That's pretty much.
Yeah, well, the metric system,
for
math. Math is a lot different. Math is taught way differently over there, and I think taught much better. Yeah, I think taught much better.
It's not surprising.
Much simpler, and you feel like
you learned
when I moved to the States, I just felt like math here was real easy, and they were teaching people in the stupidest of ways. and I'd be like, why are they teaching it this way, right? Like this is so much more complicated because they're adding in all these steps. And over there, we were just like boom, boom, boom. This is how it's done, right? And then I think that helped me a lot in school when I moved here. There's a lot of memorization over there. I think just overall the workload was way more than what you're exposed to.
They make you guys learn English?
Or was it we had some English classes. I could read really well. I could read French really well. And I'm just good at reading, right? I could read Spanish very well, but it's just like reading French. I don't know what the hell I'm reading, right? But I've been told that it sounds like I know what the hell I'm doing when I read those languages, even though I don't know what I'm doing.
So nothing like Chris.
So I used to speak more French when I was younger, and then I didn't really start using English until I came to the States. Like I could read, I could pass my reading class, I could pass certain quizzes, I could talk a little bit, like I could
understand it.
I mean, I could go to McDonald's and order an ice cream cone. You know what I mean? Something like, because over there it's heavily, there's a heavy European influence. So when you go to the mall, all the customer service is in English.
True.
Like when you're in Dubai,
that's crazy. Yeah,
you don't even hear any Arabic over there. It's all English.
No clue. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all English. So, I can't speak too much about the schooling system, I guess, but. I just know that there are definitely some differences.
What's on the menu at the fucking McDonald's in Dubai?
Oh, dude, McDonald's in Dubai is phenomenal. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't believe me, but when I go there, one of my favorite restaurants to eat at is KFC.
Really?
I don't touch KFC for free in America, but over there, man, it's tremendous.
So
it's fantastic.
It's still chicken based, right?
Oh, dude, you just get the chicken strips, whatever, and rice. They got this thing called a rice meal. They make this like yellowish rice, and you get some chicken strips on top of that. It's fantastic. Man. It's just so good.
Yeah, dude.
Over here, it sucks. I can't. I literally don't eat it for free.
I wonder why it's like that way.
It's just so much better.
It's like the
McDonald's is a lot better too. The Big Mac's actually big. You know what I mean?
I think it's because over there they realize like if we're gonna have a fucking McDonald's out here,
you can't have a bullshit McDonald's.
Have a fucking trash one. It needs to be like a premier. It
has to be a fucking McDonald's.
You know what, man? Even in Germany, the McDonald's was really good. I think just our fast food in America, I think sucks.
The whole fast food industry, they're just like,
it's all about making money, dude.
You can feed these guys whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking pay for it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, look, food as a whole in America is I feel like lower quality than any other advanced country. It's just lower quality food.
Because they're focused on making the money. They don't really care. Look, as long as they make the food quick and fast, the cheapest way to make a buck out of it, of course, the whole quality of the food is going to suck compared to other, like in Dubai, of course, they're not going to be doing that.
Maybe
they should make them all 5 stars around here, dude.
I think maybe part of the problem is trying to supply food for 340 million people versus 8 million, 9 million people, right? I think that's part of the problem.
That has to be factored in, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to do that. And why do you think there's that many fast food chains? Because there's the market for it.
Processed food is fast. It's calorically dense.
And so somebody one day was like, that dude Dave from Wendy's, you guys know him? He was like, hey, that Ronald McDonald guy, he's making a lot of cash. Yeah. I should go start up a fucking burger joint. And then that's what he did. And now,
really?
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
I don't know if that's how it happened, but I'm just thinking like
probably
because of like that's the way that like
the founder.
That's how all that shit happened. And then other fucking startups were like, dude, let's do burgers, Burger King. Here we are.
Well, that's a McDonald's.
That shit's
That movie, The Founder.
The Founder, yeah.
I need to watch that. I heard it's terrific.
Yeah, it's
It's an
pretty
awesome
movie.
movie.
I like
Wait,
it.
what is that? What movie?
The Founder.
What's that about?
It's like the startup of McDonald's.
Yeah.
How this guy made a McDonald's franchise.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he goes to some like little like rinky-dink town, and like it's like a fast food joint.
First
Like
one.
he sees how like they operate it, and like he's like, oh shit,
That's crazy, dude.
I could do this.
He's like, yeah, let's do this.
Let's
Bought
do
it
it.
off.
Yeah, it's
Now,
a good movie.
Fucking McDonald's is a
I think it's on Netflix right now.
global
They make
enterprise.
billions, man.
Yeah.
Billions.
So-
I can't eat at McDonald's. Let me ask you, do you guys eat at
No,
McDonald's?
I don't.
Every now and then.
I
Every
can't
now and
touch
then,
it, dude.
yeah.
If I'm drunk as hell, like yeah, but that's about it.
Well,
The
fucking-
chicken nuggets.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. The only thing I get over there is the ice cream cone, the vanilla cone.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
That's
yeah.
fire.
That's fine.
The last time we ate McDonald's, we were fucking driving back from San Antonio.
Oh yeah,
So there was just a fucking McDonald's right there by the hotel we were staying at in some little town. So we
Yeah.
were like, we'll just, that's it. That's fucking dinner.
yeah.
But it's not like a
Jimmy,
fucking,
are you telling me you've never had McDonald's?
I have back in the day.
yeah, actually turn it that way. The fucking front side of the mic is on that side.
How does it
If
turn?
you just turn the stand
Oh,
like this.
duh.
There you go. Yeah, that little
Um,
white marking right there, that's the front of the mic.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah, I used to, man. As a teenager, I ate anything and everything. I mean, I would go to McDonald's. I'd get like 2 Big Macs, 20 count nuggets, a McChicken, fries. I would tear it up, dude. But then there was a time in my life where I just became really grossed out with processed burgers and that plasticky cheese. And I looked at a McDonald's burger and I was like, what the fuck is in this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah.
I can't do Wendy's, Arby's, Burger King. What else? Name something. Taco Bell. I used to love the Volcano Taco when I was in high school.
Yeah,
that
that
was
shit was
good,
good,
my
dude.
thing, dude.
Volcano
That-
Taco.
Yeah, the
That's
Volcano
good.
Taco was the
Yeah,
bomb.
that was way
really.
back. It was like just a regular taco, but they had
It was not a regular
Well, no,
taco.
no, no. Red shell, right?
Triggered. How dare you disparage
No.
the Volcano Taco?
It was. It had the red shell, right? Yeah. And then it had this volcano sauce.
Yeah.
And the volcano sauce was the fucking hit, dude. That was like,
Yeah, it was
Shit.
good, man.
yeah. Shout out my boy Sam. Like me and Sam used to smash volcano tacos on the regular.
Yeah.
Smash those motherfuckers.
And then once they were gone, we were
Sam,
like,
wait, what's Sam?
Sam Terrazas.
Dude, he played basketball at
That's what
Coronado?
I'm saying. I know you.
He used
Hey,
to.
wait, you guys went
Hold
to
on.
Coronado together.
He's the one who introduced me to the Volcano Taco.
Okay.
Wow.
Bro,
Revelation.
Barbar.
I had a class with him. We had this hot teacher. She taught sociology. She had curly hair. I don't remember her name. She was a brunette. She was beautiful.
If you're listening,
I had a class with him.
We're old enough now.
I had a class with him right after lunchtime, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get into his
His lunchtime routine.
lunchtime routine.
Which we all know what that is.
That's a good way to put it. But he would show up. He would always show up with a big bag of Taco Bell.
Bro,
At one time, I saw him smashing that Taco Bell. I said, "Sam," I said, "what are you eating over? You got like 12 tacos. You weigh 130 pounds. Like, what are you
Small.
doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little guy, but he played basketball. He was really good.
Yeah.
And
Still
he
is.
goes, "Dude, this is a Volcano Taco. It's the shit." I was like, "Let me try one." So I think it was like $1.50 or something. So I bought a couple of them, and I was like, "Bro, from now on,
That's what I'm getting.
every time you go to Taco Bell, count me in for a couple of these."
Damn.
Yeah. What's he up to?
Well, I still talk to him, dude. Me and Sam were like always really close. We even rapped back in the day. We had like a rap group,
Okay.
and we got pretty serious with it.
I got to catch up with
And
him.
he's good, dude. Like he's still here in EP. He was working at Aaron's
Talk
bar.
about bringing people
Right on.
together.
Remember that?
What was he doing there?
Fucking bartending.
Yeah. Okay.
But ever since
I got to hit him up, man.
But yeah, dude, he's good. Fucking, and that's Barbar. When you got here, dude, and as soon as I looked at you, I was like, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
And
Well,
I don't
look,
know
man,
how, dude. I don't know
Volcano
how.
Taco.
But and right away, it came to fruition right here, like talking about volcano fucking tacos. And then I say one word, Sam, and then
You gotta love it.
dude.
You gotta
Put
love
them
it.
both together.
Yeah, and actually, like Sam was on episode 1 of this podcast.
No
with
shit.
me. Yeah,
I gotta check
because
that
me
out.
and him were fucking like we're boys, dude.
Two
and,
balls in a
like,
sack.
you know what I mean? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just fucking
Painted
wandered
a
down a
dick.
fucking big ass fucking random route. But anyways,
No, man. Well, that's one really cool thing about a small community, right? Is you always end up having interactions with people who know people, or you go somewhere and without planning, you just coincidentally run into somebody that you recognize you, or you recognize them, and you catch up.
Yep.
That's really fun, man. That's how Lebanon is. Like,
that's crazy.
The villages, the little towns that, like, where I spent most of my summers, in the town that my mom was from. You just walk down the street and somebody's like, "Hey, are you Michael's son?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am Michael's son. Who the fuck are you?"
You're playing with my son.
And right, in my dad's village, even more so, because it's even smaller. And it's like, everybody over there is.
I mean, when you have to call it a village.
Yeah, everybody over there is a descendant of Barbar. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can't, if you're related to anybody over there, you just walk around for 10 minutes on the street, you're going to run into somebody who's going to recognize you.
What does Barbar mean? What is it?
It's a name.
Does it mean anything? Is there like a...
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know.
You'd have to look into the origin of
it. Yeah. I'd have to trace it. That'd be interesting to find out.
I'm sure it does have some sort of origin. You know what I mean?
But it's got to. I mean, all names come from somewhere. Yeah.
So you come to El Paso with your parents. Did you come here because of the military?
No.
Okay, that's one of the main reasons. Yeah. Why did you come here? Why was it El Paso of all?
Yeah, because I was tripping out Dubai and then El Paso.
Yeah. It's like, you know where we should go?
Let's go to El Paso.
Let's go to El Paso.
You're like throwing a dart at a map,
some like a family in Dubai.
You guys just randomly just threw the dart. Oh, okay, landed there. We'll go there.
And then they're like, the good thing is, it's in Texas.
Hey, shout out to Texas.
So
best country in America.
How does that happen, dude? How did you end up here?
I have a relative who's lived here for a long time.
Okay.
So my aunt and my grandmother have lived here for a long time. And my aunt came here years ago because she married, some Lebanese guy went to Lebanon. They got married. She came back here with them. And, eventually she brought my grandmother over here. And so they had lived here for a while. So my parents she had the idea, and this is something that I am eternally thankful for my aunt for doing. She had the idea of bringing us over here long ago. So she had applied for our green cards, for my family to get green cards, I think right around the time I was born or before I was born. And it took about 13 to 14 years for us to get our green cards. Yeah. Damn. So when we got them,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So when we had the opportunity to come here, my parents said, "Let's go." And so that's how we ended up here,
man.
Yeah. I'm really, and let me elaborate on that point a little bit. I bitch a lot about a lot of things, about in America, especially lately. I feel like the country's just not really headed in a positive direction, right? I hate how high the property taxes are in El Paso. I hate all these weak, yuppie, whiny motherfuckers that are just plaguing our society, right? A lot of these young men growing up, they're not even men. They're just grown children, and all they do is bitch and whine and complain and cry. And but even with all that, even taking all that into consideration, right? I look at my life and where it's at now and how fucking awesome it is. And I think about where it would be if I was in Lebanon or even if I was in Dubai. Yeah. And it doesn't even compare. Like, I'm so much better off being here than anywhere else in the world. I really think that even though things can be a lot better, and I say these things because I want America to stay the badass country that it is, right? Because we do have opportunities here that don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And so it comes from a place of, it's kind of like parenting. Like if you try to correct your child's behavior, it's because you love your child, right? Love of country is the same thing. You want to correct the course that the country's on because you want it to do well. And so I don't think I can ever repay my aunt for doing that, for having the thought of, I want to bring our family here and doing the work to help us get green cards and come here. I don't think I can ever thank her for that. I don't think there's anything I could do that could thank her.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, for real. And that's one thing I always say, man. I'll be forever grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's like one of those things where when you realize, like, obviously once you get older and you can actually fathom like the thought of like,
Yeah.
the moment that almost like it seemed like you were born, she's like, we need to start this fucking process now.
Yeah.
Because she realized, obviously, she's like, this isn't some shit that you just do and it gets approved like by the end of the month. Like this shit takes years.
Takes a long time.
You know what I mean? And so like that insight and that like what I'm thinking is she had this vision for you right away. She's like, no, like he's not going to live this life here.
Yeah.
He's going to be something better and we're going to get him over to the United States.
Even if it's
you know what I mean? Even if anywhere here, dude.
Anywhere, dude.
Fucking
Anywhere.
any fucking spot
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
United States
Yeah.
works, dude.
Yeah.
Because like when you get here, you have opportunity.
For sure.
And that's something that is here that is boundless. Like there's so much opportunity here, dude. If you just got to work your ass off.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Dude.
That's the key.
That's
the
it.
key.
Like that's literally it.
Yep.
Like there is nothing else, dude. Like people
Just
come
don't
over
be a
here,
bitch.
Yeah,
Just gotta do it.
People come over here from all countries and they fucking have nothing, dude. And they end up to be business owners and fucking have a nice house, drive nice cars.
I know a lot of those
absolutely
people.
nothing.
Well, we live across a
You know what I
country
mean?
where you could come over here and do that, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
It's
nuts.
yeah, it is.
I know a lot of people, man. Yeah, yeah.
So-
No, absolutely, man. The opportunities are tremendous. Even after I write those fucking checks to the IRS, man. God damn it. Like this time of year, you know, property taxes got to get paid, and in a few months, income taxes got to get paid, and you're just like, God damn it, like you motherfuckers, you know. But but then I think, you know, as I'm writing the check, I think it's not that I'm condoning it at all. I'm definitely not okay with it, and we can have that whole talk about taxes and all that. But it's a privilege to get to write a big ass check to the IRS because it's a display of how well you're doing in life,
Yeah.
right? In a way, like there was a time in my life, you know, you knew me back in the day when I worked at Peter Piper for $5 an hour, $6 an hour, and you know, even if you did 2-3 jobs, you're still broke as fuck. And I'd be like, God, I wish I had to pay some taxes. You know what I mean? Like,
that means I have like,
yeah, that means you got some money.
That means I'm doing well for myself. You know?
Yeah.
And I guess like when you have that, when you can realize it that way, like, hey, well, the reason I have to pay this tax amount or property taxes is because I actually own property.
Yeah.
I have property that is mine.
Yeah.
This shit belongs to me. You know what I mean? And then like,
well, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
he's like, hold on.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Look, let me elaborate. I have a quote that's going to be famous someday.
All right, let's hear it.
When I had
Write it down, Nick.
when I had Bethany Hatch on my show, you guys know who she is. She just ran for the Texas State Senate.
I'm not familiar with it, no.
So we talked about property taxes, and I told her because she's advocating for property tax reform. That was part of her campaign, and
Nice.
I said there are no home owners in America, only home buyers, because you're forever paying rent to Uncle Sam. Whether you're paying it monthly or you're writing one big ass check at the end of the year, you're paying your rent. And if you can lose your property for lack of payment of the taxes, you don't own it.
You will never truly own
You don't own it.
your
There
life.
is no right to property in this country.
that's
And I
true.
wish there was. I really wish there was.
I didn't think of it that way. But yeah,
To
when
that
you say
point.
that, it makes perfect sense.
To that point, why did my aunt have the idea to bring my family over here to apply for our green cards? And I've never talked to her about this, but I think this had something to do with it. You can't become a citizen of the UAE. You just can't. You can't show up there and live there for 5 years and get naturalized. You can't pay $1 million. Like some countries in Europe, you pay $250,000, whatever it is, you get
You
citizenship.
get your citizenship.
You can't do that over there. So people go there to work. When you're finished working, you got to go back to wherever the hell you came from.
Yeah.
So I think my parents knew that it's only a matter of time before they have to leave.
Yeah.
My aunt knew that, right? So she said, well, if you guys come to America, 5 years, you can become a naturalized citizen. You can retire here.
Some
right?
people are playing checkers and she was playing chess. She knew what she was doing, you know? If you think about it in that sense, in that way, like not only was she thinking about the opportunities, but she's thinking like what if they don't? Where are they going to go?
Yeah, what are you
going to
Dude,
leave?
she was literally playing life.
Yeah, she was.
Like,
That's crazy.
Fucking playing
That's
life,
crazy.
dude.
What's so shitty is that like in the times we live in now, like there are people that don't want to see people do that to come over here and better their lives, you know? And it's kind of shitty sometimes. I mean, that's what I think.
It's not that. This is my take on it. And actually, Bethany and I talked about this on my show as well. I asked her about open borders. And she said something that I agree with. A nation without a border is not a nation, right? You got to have a border, right? Why do you have doors on your house, right? Take the fucking doors off.
Keep that shit closed.
Well, you have to know who's coming in and out of your house, right? You have to know who's coming in and out of your country. Now, we're not saying we don't want to let anybody in, but we're saying we need to know
who you are,
who the hell you are before we let you in and what you're going to do here.
And I'm talking about like the people that do want to come and better, like, I understand there's two.
But I need to do research on you to see if you're related to the guy who, bombed the Twin Towers or right? Exactly. I need to know who the hell you are. I need to look into your background.
Right.
You don't let somebody to go work at a school without doing a background check. You don't let somebody go work at anything without doing a background check.
Yeah.
So it
makes sense.
I don't think there's anything racist about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's simply the logical, prudent thing to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, I would say that like any stance like opposing immigration, it's not necessarily like racist because immigrants are all fucking different races. You know what I mean? I think for them, it's more.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Team America.
To me, like the way I see it, and it's just real fast, is like, yo, there's plenty here for everyone to eat, bro. Like everyone can like.
Yeah, we just talked about processed food.
Yeah, literally, like
Volcano Tacos.
Volcano Tacos, guys. Hit up Sam.
Like if these guys want to come over here and fucking bust their ass and make a living, they're gonna do well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't even have to worry about those people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you have to worry about. Obviously, sometimes there's the fucking the spoiled eggs that are in the bunch, but like I feel like everybody should at least get their shot, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now I will say, I think having to wait 13 years to get your green card, that's an area that can probably be improved.
To me, that's a little excessive.
That's a long ass time.
I'm sure there's people that wait longer.
That's a long ass time. You could, I mean, you
but
could,
I don't know. You couldn't like, you couldn't justify like the amount of time that it took. 13 years. Like, why?
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. So most people who go through that process don't necessarily do it for themselves. They do it for their kids.
Yeah.
They want to come here. They realize that, like, look, if you're 40 years old, it's going to take you 13 years to come to the States, another 5 to get citizenship. You're almost 60. You're on your way out, right? You're at that point in your life where you're about to just sit back and chill. And so you could be doing it for yourself because let's say you want to come, you realize that, hey, at least if I go to the United States and I become old and I become a senior citizen, at least I can get
some benefits,
healthcare, and some money and whatnot. But I think most people do it because it's something they're doing for their kids. Like, I want to give my kids a future. My kids, like, you live in the Philippines or Somalia or something. You go, my kids don't have a future. You live in Syria and there's war and shit's getting blown up every day and people are getting murdered. There's no future here. So
yeah, dude, that's crazy. So when you got here, how did you meet this fucking guy?
Oh man,
I'm like, dude, you guys are two different breeds over here, bro.
Total opposites.
Total opposites.
Dude, we were we partied.
hilarious.
We partied in high school, man. We were in the same group of people.
Crew.
We all partied together. Yeah, with
I was telling Chris earlier because he asked me that, and I told him, like, dude, I can't. I was thinking about it earlier too. I was like, dude, I can't remember like a first day of like, hey, this is Jimmy.
No. I just saw you at a party,
but
probably.
it was and I think it was through Nathan, man.
Probably.
Nathan's like my brother and stuff.
Nathan's the man. Shout out to Nate. I was talking to him earlier. I was talking to him on the way here. I let him know I'm going to be here. So
yeah. Shout out to Nate.
He's waiting to check it out.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, I think that's how it was, dude. I mean, he was just there, and I was just there.
Yeah. I just want to say real quick, thank you to Nate because he's been helping me with some of the media requirements for my channel. Because I contacted you guys too. Thank you also for giving me advice on how to do my channel, the banner and all that crap. He ended up doing it. So because my Middle Eastern brain, dude,
ridiculous.
Bro, I can skin a goat. I can milk a cow.
But I can't make a banner for you.
I can grow some turnips and spinach in the yard, but
that's what's up, dude. So let's fucking. I think Misa has a segment for us. We're already 45 minutes into this.
I knew it was gonna be.
Bro, we're gonna be here for at least 5 hours.
Yeah, this one
at least.
It's gonna be a long one, fellas. Strap it in. So Misa, I think you have some shower thoughts for
I
us,
do.
right? We haven't done this segment in like
10 or more episodes, probably.
It's been a few.
What are you talking about?
we have a segment called shower thoughts, right?
Okay.
We're about to do it right now.
If
Misa's
Misa gets naked and starts shampooing, bro,
And Chris
I
hops
might
in.
have to check out.
Misa's gonna go into his metaphorical shower.
Okay.
And when you listen to the audio version of this podcast, it'll sound like he's in a literal,
Okay.
he's in a shower. And what he does is he goes in the shower and he thinks of these thought-provoking thoughts. Sometimes they're controversial, sometimes they're not, but they make you think and they challenge the everyday norm.
I love it already.
Yeah.
So
I love it already. Let's
he's
go
gonna
against
go
the
in
grain.
there and he's gonna get the shower thoughts and he's gonna give them to us. So Misa,
Let's go. Water on right now.
Let's watch the mullet.
Let's go.
It's cold. It's cold. It's cold outside, so I gotta make this water hot as shit. Here you go. Hey, is it called sand because it's between the sea and the land?
Are we supposed to reflect on this?
Hey, shh. I'm in the shower, guys. Hey.
Don't forget the condition.
Hey, did people ever say, where are you, before phones were invented? Hey, why do women's pants have fake pockets and baby pants have real ones? I'm done.
you all
I'm
right?
out of here, dude. This water's too hot.
Get out of the shower. You had some crazy thoughts in there, man. All right.
Well, I didn't know you guys were going to join me. Just staring at me.
I've always wondered
From
about the
there.
women's pockets too.
Okay, so let's break that one down
didn't know
first. So why do women's pants have small pockets and children's pants have big pockets
Have real pockets.
or real pockets, right?
Because
Well-
most women's pants that I've seen too are like they're
The
fake.
pockets are sewn, yeah,
Yeah. So why is that, Barbar?
because they have purses. They don't need pockets.
Hey.
Facts.
That was a good one. That was a
Wow.
very good answer. What do you think about
Wow.
that, Nick? Why don't girls' pants have pockets?
Hey, that's. I just wanted. I didn't even know that.
So you just
Yeah.
I was thinking
I'm like,
because
what?
mostly it's the husband that pays for the shit.
Yeah, we
Oh,
always. have shit in our
that's a good one,
pockets.
too.
Yeah.
damn.
Good one too.
So then why are kids' pockets like normal size?
Yeah. What do kids got to hold?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
do
I
they
don't know,
have
dude.
to hold? They don't have any responsibilities. They don't even need pockets.
You stash your stuff.
Do we even need pants?
They
No,
don't.
dude.
They don't.
All right, we're gonna scrap that one. The first one was why is it called sand? Because
Is it called?
Is it called sand because it's between the sea and the land?
It's like put into two words.
Yeah, I
together,
don't.
right?
I don't think that that's correct.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
yeah.
the sand is not really between the sea and the land. Part of it is in the sea, and then
But
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
mostly.
and
'cause when-
then,
well,
and
when
then
you're-
once you're on the land is sand. So it's not in between the land and the sand.
Let me scratch that one off.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, that one
yeah.
that one doesn't work.
Go back
Yeah.
in the shower, dude.
Yeah,
The
to
other
go
ones
back
were
in the
good.
shower. That one
Yeah.
wasn't very good.
I
What,
can't get my mullet wet that much.
Yeah,
what was the second one you had?
Did
Cell
people
phone.
ever say "Where are you" before phones were invented?
That's weird.
I mean that's a good one.
yeah, that is a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Where are
I mean, probably
Maybe in the forest, like, "Hey, Dad, where are you?"
yeah.
yeah. It's
Or
good.
or with a messenger bird. something
Or
like that, you
I'm
know?
sure this happened.
Just like the only message that it says is like, "Where are you?"
You send
It's
a
like,
raven.
I'm next to the big stone
Bro,
Yeah,
by the creek.
how,
yeah. I
how,
don't know.
how pointless would it be to like handwrite a note and send it through like a carrier on a horse?
So was
And
that
all-
question
all it
barely
says
invented?
is, where are you?
So you have to literally stop and wait
And it's
there.
like, how do you answer that? Do you answer that like, well, where am I presently, or where am I at the
Yeah,
time
that
that
wouldn't
you're
work.
potentially going to get this letter?
That wouldn't work. Yeah.
That wouldn't work at all.
Because presumably if you're sending a raven with a note, you know where that
Where
person
they are.
is
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
receive it.
You know their location.
hey,
Hey, that was a
that's
good
some
one,
Lebanese
actually.
thinking right there, guys.
There you go.
This is the point of the segment.
Yeah. You see how we just
Yeah.
got into these crazy thoughts, and now we're like, wow, they never said
I feel
where are you
smarter,
before
kind of.
cell phones.
So what?
I feel smart and dumb at the same time, dude. It's crazy.
It's that haircut, dude.
It's the haircut, dude. All right, dude. So let's take a break real fast. We'll
Take a
come
break.
back. Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah,
We're gonna
quick
get right
break.
back into
Quick
it
break.
though.
Quick break.
Normally we take a break around the half-hour mark, but we're already at 49 minutes. So you know what that means? That means it's gonna be a good podcast.
It's gonna be a long.
So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we got a lot more shit to talk about. We're gonna talk about this COVID vaccine that's in the works.
Oh shit!
And we're also gonna let Barbar tell us about his podcast. We're gonna tell him, or we're gonna talk about the fights. By the way, so we got to show you the Nate Robinson
that'd be
video
cool.
right now.
Yeah, let's see.
We're about to change his world.
Yeah.
And then we got the 5 random questions at the end, guys. So we'll do that as well. So we'll take this break. Episode 53, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Like us on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're gonna take this break, and we will be right back.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we are back from our break. Episode number 53, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, featuring our boy, Jamil Barbar. Thanks again for being on the show today, man. We really appreciate you
Thanks
coming
for having
through,
me. Yeah.
hanging out with us, telling us about, your life in
Interesting,
Dubai
dude.
and all this other interesting shit we got into, fast food, immigration. We got into a whole bunch of shit on that first part of the podcast. So
That's how conversation goes, brother.
guys, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, rate and review. So, Barbar, how are you feeling the podcast so far, dude?
Man, it's like you said. It's just we're having a good conversation. It's branching out.
Hey.
Branching out. Yeah.
So, speaking of podcasts, you actually have a podcast called The Barbar Show.
Yep.
So, tell us a little bit about that, how you started it, why you started it, and what it's about.
Man, it's been 2 months today, actually. And
Anniversary.
yeah, the 2 month. It's been 2 months, and it's going great, man. It's a lot of fun. I sit down with a whole mixture of people with a myriad of backgrounds and life experiences. Everything from so far, I've had 15 episodes so far, I think it is.
Damn, already?
And yeah, man, I've had bodybuilders, salespeople, mathematicians, politicians, doctors, nutritionists. Like, it's always just something different. And my interests are so varied that I like to talk to people with a lot of different backgrounds. It just makes it interesting. And so I didn't want a podcast where you have a set theme and you're always talking about working out, or you're always talking about cars or something.
Sports.
Yeah.
Keep it diverse.
Fuck all those.
So well, this just works for me. This works for me. I do so many things. I have so many interests, right? So I work as a salesman. I'm really interested in financial literacy, the stock market, investing, and everything that goes along with that. I'm very interested in firearms. I worked as a gun salesman for 5 years. Martial arts, been doing martial arts my whole life. I've been in cage fights. I've done jujitsu. So, it's just like I've studied strength training for over 15 years now. That was kind of my motivation behind it, is like, I was always that guy at a social gathering where I would find somebody that I think is really interesting, like
talking to them.
Yeah, like a neurosurgeon or a
Stripper.
A stripper, a stockbroker, whatever. And I would just sit there and I'd want to learn as much as possible from them. And I decided, instead of trying to do that in a chaotic setting, why don't I actually create an environment where I could sit down with people and extract as much knowledge from them as time permits? And so that was part of the motivation for it. That was really the biggest motivator for it. And of course, another part of it is, I do think that I can do well in a setting like this, and I can have a podcast that ends up being something really big, and I get to meet some really famous people down the line, people who are celebrities and big-time podcasters and actors and whatever. I mean, as it grows, you're going to attract a wider audience, and so that's really appealing. And so a lot, there was a number of motivators for it, but I started 2 months ago, and it's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You do your stuff live, right?
I do. Yeah.
Can you let everybody know how we could find you, where we can find you?
Yeah, so it's a little bit tricky right now because if you type the Barbar Show into YouTube, because the channel is still in its infancy, it doesn't pop up right away. The best way that I've found to find it is to type the Barbar Show as one word. Don't use any spacing, and then it'll pop up right away.
Yeah, because every time when I first started, I would look it up. It would give me like an option. Are you trying to say like the
barber clips is the one that comes up, or some kind of famous barber who's like cutting LeBron James's hair, and I'm like, dude, like fuck, it's gonna take. I should have picked a different name because I don't know how long it's gonna take before I can get around that, right?
Yeah, you're gonna always have that roadblock right there.
Yeah, man,
that's a big one. I like how that sounds. The Barbar Show. I think that sounds dope.
Get straight to the point. Let people put your name in the title so that people recognize right away, Jamil Barbar. Okay, all my social media has the same name. And then people can create that link, right? Just make that name, Barbar. That's the brand. So later down the line, I have a page on Facebook I want to develop that's going to be very tactical based. It's going to be all about shooting and tactical training. Yes. So that's called Barbar Tactical. I have a group on Facebook right now that is currently growing. It's about Lebanese cooking, so it's called Barbar Lebanese Cooking. That's the brand, and I'm gonna start soon working on a strength and conditioning page, maybe group. I haven't decided if I want to go the page or the group route yet on Facebook. That's going to be called Barbar Strength. So everything, all of my interests, my personal interests, right? Lebanese food, all food really, but that's kind of like what my family specialty is. My mom does a lot of the cooking videos. And so Lebanese food, tactical stuff, working out, the podcast, everything's Barbar.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, eventually I'd like to, there's a Lebanese liquor. This is like, I very rarely drink, but that's kind of my drink of choice most of the time. It's called Arak, A-R-A-K. And eventually I'd like to have Barbar Arak. Wow. Someday I'd like to produce that. So
there it is. So if you guys don't remember, it's just Barbar.
That's it.
Barbar. That's all you're going to know.
Not Barbara. God damn it, bro. Lately I'm in the, I'll be in the drive-thru and
Barbar, my favorite place. That's how Chris said it.
Yeah, that's how I said your name earlier. I was like,
a bar.
Yeah, so I was like, his name is Barbar.
Bar squared.
And then I was like,
yeah.
So his name really is my favorite place. Yeah. My favorite place.
Yeah.
Barbar.
Yeah, so the Barbar Show is how you find it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's all the same, man.
There you go. Go check him out, guys. Go support the people that support us.
Thanks.
Definitely go check out his YouTube channel.
It's
give him a like and a follow and a subscribe.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the shout out.
Oh yeah, that's what this platform's for. We're all trying to grow our brands and our channels and our podcast. So
it's good. And actually, we tried. We kind of planned to have you in here. Actually, way before, back when we were back still in your garage. We had talked about getting you in here, and I'm actually glad that it waited until now.
Yeah,
until where we're at now. I think it's a perfect timing, and
it's all good, man. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you did hit Misa up pretty long, like not a long time ago about it, but
I was trying to come on your show before I even started my podcast.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I was like, let me go feel it out. Let me see if I actually want to do this.
We didn't even have the video version at that time. We were like he said, we were recording in my parent's garage.
Oh yeah,
just fucking.
And it was in the middle of summer, and I remember Barbar here is all like, "Hey, you guys got a air conditioner in the garage?"
Well,
right? I was all like, "No, dude, it's the garage."
Listen,
and then
man.
He's all like, "All right, I'll wait after the pandemic." And then I was like, "What pandemic?" And then it happened, and I was like, "Yo."
Well, listen, man. Let me just clarify. I'm not a Middle Easterner complaining about heat. Okay, that'd be like my people will disown me if they hear this. It was just a matter of trying to select the right attire for.
Oh yeah, that's actually what he said. He's like, dude, I can't be wearing a suit.
I can't go in a suit and be sweating in it. You know what I mean? Because
hell no.
If you sweat in a suit, dude, it's you need some really good dry cleaning to recover. And I don't know of any good dry cleaners in El Paso, man. I take my stuff out of town.
Really?
Oh wow.
Legit, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I go out of town for work to Lubbock, I pack my shirts and suits with me. I take them over there. There's some good cleaners.
Classy man, dude. Classy man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to take your nice clothes to a cleaner that's going to ruin them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
they gotta. If anything, they gotta revive them. You know what I mean? They gotta make them look real like nice and like fresh off the press. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think
This
it all
dude-
worked out.
This dude used to work at the cleaners, dude.
Which one?
The one off.
Fucking Westwind and Belvedere.
Westwind.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, that
I
was
was in high school.
There's two right there.
Yeah.
There are two. One of them, I took him a jacket one time. They made it stink. They made it stink,
that was
dude.
probably him.
I told him, I was like, this is the opposite of cleaning.
Oh shit!
What did you guys do? I mean, it smelled horrible. I had to hang it in my garage for like 2 weeks, and I still couldn't put it on. It smelled horrible. I don't know what I ended up doing
Maybe
to it.
somebody.
I took
wore
it somewhere else, I think, to, I mean, it just smelled so bad. It smelled so bad.
Somebody went out on like they were like, you know what? Let me put this shit on, and we'll go out for tonight.
It was
So we'll see
horrible.
what we get into.
I don't know what kind of nasty motherfucker.
Hey,
did
does
that.
anybody ever tell you look like that dude? I forget his
Lucifer.
name.
Lucifer
yeah.
Morningstar.
Oh,
Lucifer
shit.
Morningstar, right?
Um,
Exactly. That show, Lucifer.
Who's that?
I'm the Lord of Hell.
It's a show, Lucifer. Okay.
Yeah.
So
devil.
he looks like
He looks, yeah.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
Similar, yeah.
so the devil's in the studio.
That's my alter ego.
yeah,
That's my alter
Just want
ego.
to just want to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but that's good.
I
I
saw like this photo of him, like, I think it was like he was like on a couch or something wearing his suit with
Yeah.
his legs crossed, looking classy, and I was like, dude, is that Lucifer, dude? Morning, dude, what?
Yeah, around probably like early this year, that show was at its peak in terms of popularity.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
anytime I went out wearing a dark colored suit, like a navy or a black suit, people would always point that out. Yeah. Hey, look, man, I always say he's rich and good looking, so
Hey, yeah,
why
props
the
to
hell
you.
not?
Look at me, I got a mullet.
You did this to yourself, bro. So I noticed that, or not I noticed, but well, you said that you're a huge, like, you have a passion for guns, you said, right?
Oh, yeah,
You consider
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
a gun expert. Tell us a little bit about
I don't know.
that.
I don't know if I'm an expert. The things that I use, I know fairly well.
Okay.
I think you're an expert compared to like everybody else.
Yeah, because
To somebody who doesn't know,
he
sure.
called you the gun expert.
Yeah, I
So
called
was
you the gun
I
expert.
Yeah, I mean,
have to,
I probably know more than the average person, for sure, even in Texas.
Have
I
you
think
seen his draw?
I know more
Have
than
you seen how fast his draw is?
No, I haven't.
Have you
no.
seen? Oh, dude, man.
Yeah, depending.
Projector, come on, Nick.
Dude, you-
Jesus.
Come on.
Yeah,
You're the one that forgot the
God damn.
projector.
Whatever, dude.
Watching your porn at home.
Oh my god.
Anyways, there's like he explained earlier. There's videos out there when he goes live or he records and
Yeah.
out in the shooting range, and damn, dude, holy shit.
Yeah, if we're talking pistols, which is what I'm most trained on, draw from conceal to fire, my time is right around a second. Between
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, so like with
Like
a suit,
007 kind of
It
shit.
takes you 1 second to kill me.
Yeah.
yeah, like basically,
yeah.
Literally one.
Yeah.
I don't even need to count to
That's
three.
it. Like I'm not even gonna give you two.
Yeah. Just one.
Dude,
That's
crazy.
it. Pop. That's it.
Okay, so obviously,
yeah, like drawing from concealed. That is. So, like, if I'm wearing a suit, right, to get
Yeah.
the suit out of the way, grab the gun, pull it out, break the
it's
shot.
still only 1 second.
Between 0.9 to 1.1 seconds
Nice.
is like a good
Jesus.
time for me. If I'm on the range with a competition style holster that's got an open front, you could draw a lot faster. Then my best time is somewhere around 0.6, 0.65.
Get out of
something
here.
like that, yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
only
I didn't even know that was.
You smacked your
Jesus.
face on the mic,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
you?
no, I did it.
It looked like you did.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
just-
damn.
that's crazy.
Yeah, well, when you look at pros, man, those times aren't even good.
So how
When you look at real high level shooters, man, it's incredible what they can do.
how did you get into guns? Like at a young
Oh,
age?
dude, I'm
like,
Middle
you're-
Eastern. Well, I mean, what do you want to know? It's in my blood.
He was born with one.
He's like, I have an AK on me
Look,
for my
here in
since I was a
America-
little kid.
Here in America, we get birth certificates. They get
He's got a bullet on his fucking gun. Show it to the
on
camera.
his gun.
On his gun,
my
on his fucking
keychain.
keys. There it is.
Yeah. That's
I thought he had a gun. I was like,
this is an AK round, by the way,
Hey.
which I have to say I'm not a fan of AK-47s.
a lot of kickback, bro. A
Because
lot of
of pressure?
kickback. A lot of recoil. From my time on Warzone, yeah, not the one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's not so much that. It's I don't really like the way they feel. I don't like the way they feel, and I don't like that they don't lock open. The bolt doesn't lock open when the magazine empties out. Now, recently I was told this is why I say I'm not an expert. I just know a good amount. Recently, I was told that there's a magazine. There's a certain brand. I don't remember the brand's name, but those magazines, if you use them in your AKs, they will hold the bolt open when the magazine runs dry.
Wow, dude.
And so that actually might make me consider an AK someday.
What would be your favorite gun?
I love AR-15s.
AR-15.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a favorite gun, but I think AR-15s, I think the platform is just incredibly intuitive. The safety is just right there at your thumb. The mag release is right there at your index finger. It just feels right.
What about a handgun, 1911?
I love 1911s, man. I definitely have a fondness for 1911s in 45, and I love Glocks in 9mm. And if we're talking 2011s, I like those in 9mm as well.
I like Glocks just because that shit sounds good when you say it.
Yeah.
I got a Glock, motherfucker. What you got?
Yeah.
1 second, bam, dead.
God damn it.
Yeah, 1911. So a 1911 is a really, really badass platform. They're
pretty, dude.
They look great, and their triggers, generally speaking, even a low end 1911, you're going to be more accurate with it than almost any other pistol because of the way the trigger is designed. Right? It's just a better trigger design than, for example, a Glock. Like, you have to practice a lot more to shoot with the same accuracy and level of proficiency with a Glock than you would with a 1911. And that's just get somebody that's untrained and have them shoot 50 rounds with a Beretta, a Glock, a Smith & Wesson, anything, and then have them shoot even a SIG, have them shoot a 1911. They'll just shoot that much better with a 1911. Yeah. And then
you do hunting a lot? You hunt? You go hunting?
No, man. I actually, that's something I'd like to get into someday when I have the time to do that. And probably if I leave El Paso, because it's just everything's sort of a little bit distant as far as hunting goes. If you want to hunt elk or
you have to drive.
Yeah. And I can't set aside an entire weekend to go hunting, man. I just don't have that kind of time.
There you go.
But 1911s, dude, once you go up the scale of quality, right? If you like, it really doesn't get better than a Wilson Combat. Anybody who's interested in a 1911, and I mean, you're gonna have to drop some money on a Wilson.
I was about to ask,
but dude, Wilson Combat, it really doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it can't get any better. It's just,
you don't even need to aim.
They're the best. They're the best
target.
Sometimes I feel like I should have missed, and I still hit a bullseye.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's incredible how good they are. Yeah, the only other brand that can hold a candle to Wilson Combat is Nighthawk.
Nighthawk,
yeah. Nighthawk
up with these.
Nighthawk is just up there in quality. And as a matter of fact, from what I'm told, some of their gunsmiths used to be Wilson Smiths, and then they moved over to Nighthawk.
So
they're phenomenal.
They kind of branched out into like their own.
Yeah.
Little
How many guns do you own, dude?
That I don't know. Not because I have a lot, but because I don't keep track. I don't count them.
Yeah, that's because that's a lot.
Well, when I worked at the gun shop, right, I stopped working at the gun shop earlier this year, like around January. I bought, sold, and traded. And so it just, sometimes like at one point I had, 8 Glocks, and then I had 2, and then, you know what I mean?
Is there like a dream gun that like you see as like the golden?
Not really. I mean, again, if we're talking 1911s, the golden standard, I think, is a Wilson Combat. Right? If we're talking AR-15s, there's a lot of great brands out there. The ones that I have firsthand experience with and I think are really great are Daniel Defense. I'm a big fan. LWRC, badass. Noveski, really badass. Those are the guns that I've shot and or owned, and I think are awesome. There are some, and Wilson makes a great AR too. But for me, a Wilson is just like, it's a 1911 brand, you know. It's not. It doesn't. I don't want an AR Wilson, even though they're great. I'd rather. Yeah, it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like an AR should be a Wilson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of. It's like a Porsche. Like, they make amazing SUVs, but I don't want a Porsche.
Hey,
SUV.
that's a whole.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How many guns do you have, Misa?
I have none.
I have 0.
Fucking
I used to have a 30 out.
he's talking all that Texas at the beginning of the show.
America, all
Doesn't
that.
even have the guy. You shouldn't have to revoke your residency.
Look at me, dude. I have a mullet for a reason.
Oh my god! You got a bow and arrow.
Now you're supposed to have a gun if you have a mullet.
Nah, dude, not here in Texas, not in the old Western.
Especially in Texas.
He still lives in the 1800s, so that's why.
I hail from the Oaxaca Perez convict of the Immaculate Heart Sisters, Lady Mountains of Guadalupe.
Jeez, man.
That's my ancestor.
I can't even talk to you. Doesn't have a gun. Lives in Texas.
All right, dude. I
Chris, how many guns do you got?
I said I have 0 too.
Yeah. Make fun of him now.
Yeah. No. Well, I
No.
mean, he's gonna make fun of you. All right. I want to ask you this question because I was watching Black Hawk Down last night.
Man, it's been years since I've seen that movie.
So-
I'm surprised that Chris was even watching a fucking movie.
Well, I was watching it while simultaneously.
Well, what's he
playing
supposed to
FIFA.
watch?
You know what I mean?
Dude, this guy never watches movies ever.
He's not a movie.
Yeah, I'm not a movie guy. Dude.
Really?
I don't really like movies.
Never seen Titanic.
That movie, dude. Fuck yeah. I have.
Titanic is really just a story about a girl who got some good dick on a boat.
Yeah.
Whoa, there you
That's
go.
all it is,
Basic ass
bro.
movie.
You gotta share that fucking.
Back to the Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, tell me.
Fucking. I was gonna ask you, do you have a favorite war movie? I figured you're into guns.
Oh,
You
man.
know what I mean?
I don't know if I have a favorite war movie. I don't really know how many war movies I've seen, but I would say if we're going to talk about war type of stuff, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than Game of Thrones, man. I don't think you beat Game of Thrones.
Never seen Game of Thrones.
I know it's not a movie, bro.
It's the best, man.
Fuck no guns, no Game of Thrones.
Well, it's still
Wait,
war.
hold on.
do you
hold on.
like
I have
women?
I have a question, dude.
It's still war.
When it comes to Game of Thrones,
yeah.
You had told me, or I had read somewhere.
Bro, can I tilt this up a little bit?
Yeah,
Just
dude.
gotta loosen that.
Unloosen that part right there.
I got you. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
You're gonna
much,
have to do it
much
yourself,
better.
bro.
I was going to
Yeah,
get a
there you
kink
go.
in my neck.
Yeah,
There we
you're
go.
Good.
Bam.
Sorry, it's because normally we don't have
That's
people
okay.
that are.
Usually we
over
would have
6
had
feet.
Joe take care of this shit, but Joe's
No, we're good. We're good. I move around a lot, so yeah. What's up?
But yeah, I was gonna say, I had read, I think it was a post, some time ago that you said that the last episode of
the whole thing was fantastic, top to bottom.
was whack though.
No. I didn't say that. I've been defending how awesome that show is from day one.
I'll try and find
Everybody, you're not going to find it. Don't even bother. You're not going to
Yeah.
find
He's
it.
like,
I'm gonna try it.
What I posted a couple of times is who would win in a fight, 100 samurais versus 100 Dothraki. That's what you think so?
Yeah, man. Those guys are savages.
Yeah.
Those
He's
guys
like,
are
yeah, I
savages.
can't deny
they're
that one.
savages, bro.
Savages.
I'm a Dothraki
He's
at
a
heart.
big Game of He's a big Game of Thrones
okay.
fan.
You know what? No, I was wrong.
He actually just
Actually,
fact checked me.
He said the opposite of that. He said actually because I had been told a lot that season 8 was like the worst.
Don't listen to
season.
those people.
It wasn't the worst.
But he actually he came out and he said season 8 of Game of Thrones was awesome. Feel free to disagree.
Yeah.
I think people were expecting.
Yeah.
something
Feel free to
different.
disagree. This is America.
I liked it. This is America.
we do that a lot here. We disagree a lot. We're good at that. That shit's hilarious. All right, Nick, favorite war movie real fast. Fast.
Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, Misa.
I haven't seen that one.
The Patriot.
Okay, all right.
Why are we rushing, bro?
No, it's just like
Are we out of time?
No.
No.
I like to kind of just like get quick answers. Like I don't
I
want
got
to
you.
just
thinking about
you know
it.
what I mean, yeah.
I got you.
It's like
Yeah. First thing that comes to your mind.
First thing
Yeah.
that comes to your
What's
mind.
yours?
Dude, you know what? I like Pearl Harbor. Dude. I like Pearl Harbor.
Hey,
And I like,
okay.
dude, We Were Soldiers is also a hit, dude.
Hey, we were talking Mel
that's
Gibson
a
is the
hit,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I like, and then Black Hawk Down, dude. I
Yeah,
watched
Black
that
Hawk
shit
Down.
last night. I was like, dude, I got to go to Somalia, dude. They
Yeah.
need me there. Dude, they had another chopper down. I'm on my way.
Damn.
Put me in that Humvee.
Are you a
Bro,
pilot?
Did you see how long they ran?
No.
Did you see how long they ran for?
Yeah,
You're
dude,
not
they
gonna
were-
make it.
Dude, they were out there like all fucking day. And then you know what? That one part of the movie that I was like, hey, you know what's underrated? And I think what they should have done was remember the part where they're beginning to gear up and load out?
Yeah.
And one of the guys grabs the night vision goggles, right? And then he's like, you're not going to need that, bro. You're
Mm.
dumb. We'll be back by 3. And then, dude, at the very end, he's the guy with the night vision goggles and shit. I was like, look at you.
It's to do with the armor.
Yeah, dude, it's so
Where
fucking.
he's like,
And
"Nah,
then
it's
there's
too
this
heavy."
one dude, I don't know, I guess he was like in charge and shit. The guys that came to back him up, and he gets out of the car, and like all these bullets are going, and everybody's like this, and this guy's just standing.
He's like, what bullets are flying by my head?
Yeah, you go over there, you go over there.
But overall, great movie.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great movie.
Great movie.
Yep. Josh Hartnett.
Yeah,
great performance in that one.
A lot of
Ben Affleck.
no, he's not.
He's in Pearl Harbor.
Tom Hardy's in that.
Yeah,
The guy who
Tom
plays
Hardy's a badass.
Yeah, the guy who plays Smalls in The Sandlot's in
yeah,
it.
he's in there.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Tom Hardy, man. I'm trying to get my traps to look like Tom Hardy in the movie Warrior.
Oh, no,
Jesus,
I think in The
man.
Dark Knight Rises, man,
I haven't seen that.
he was shredded in that movie.
Yeah, the movie Warrior, dude. His traps looked like they were gonna fall off his back.
Yeah, hey, that's a great
He
movie,
looked
too.
like Yoel Romero. I mean, he was.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Oh shit.
man, dude, Yoel is a different human being, man.
Yeah, but when you see a white guy that would do
Yeah.
those muscles, you're like, I can do it too.
Yeah,
You know,
for real, dude.
Jeez, man.
real.
He's like, I have that much potential. in me. Oh,
Hey,
dude.
wait. Speaking of all this, man,
That's hilarious.
I want to really get into your whole martial arts.
Mm.
I saw one of your episodes, and you said that I think it was your first official or your amateur fight was outside of a strip club.
Yeah, right here outside of Dreams.
How was
No
that?
way.
That's cool
Yeah.
though. You know, like
Aren't
how was it?
you a regular over there? It doesn't fucking.
That's what I remember. I showed up
Ruby
about to
Epiphany to
walk
take
in,
all your
and
money?
then it's like, hey, do you want to see some tits, or you want to see some Lebanese guy beat some ass?
Yeah.
So
I got my money on the Lebanese. I was throwing dollar signs at fucking Jimmy.
okay, so take us to this night at the Dreams Cabaret where this all goes down.
Well, we just they put a cage in the parking lot, and just put the chairs around it, made it look like a stadium. Not a stadium, but a
Little arena.
An arena, like an outdoors
Rooster fighting.
outdoors arena. Yeah, man, and they had a section inside where there wasn't any stripping going on, where the fighters were warming up.
Yeah.
And then you just went outside and you kicked some ass, or got your ass kicked.
I'm a big
That's
fight
it.
fan, man. So like,
That's what's up.
like I've always wanted
Just to be clear, I kicked the guy's ass.
oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that.
Just
like-
so you know.
are like amateur fighters like you guys go by weight divisions too? And all that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
A lot of times these fuckers miss weight though.
Yeah, I bet.
Shame on them.
Yeah,
shame
man.
on a fighter who shows up and can't even make it. You can't even drop 5 pounds and you want to fight.
Yeah. What do you fight at?
Well,
185.
there's a bunch of different weights, man.
Yeah, you're a tall guy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like between jiu-jitsu competitions and fighting, I've competed at. The lowest was 160. The highest was 190.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
But
light heavyweight to like lightweight kind of.
Yeah, I mean 160 is not an official weight bracket.
Yeah.
It was a catch weight. I didn't want to go all the way down to 55 because again, I am 6 feet.
And you're cutting all that weight, man. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was skin and bones for that fight. But the cool thing is, like, my opponent showed up and he was as tall as this water bottle, and I just beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? That was my second fight, and it was just like I had so much reach. Like my arm was taller than him, so that was cool. That was just like I would just throw punches and he couldn't hit me back. It was awesome.
What kind of like drove you to do that? Like,
I'm a savage,
For a long time.
I'm a savage. I already told you I'd have been a Dothraki in a different time.
Savagery.
Yeah,
Savagery.
dude. That's it, man. It's I've been in martial arts my whole
Soundtrack.
life. I've always been into movies where there's some ass kicking. I'm always the guy that's beating everybody up in the movie. I'm always the guy that's jumping off the motorcycle and and that's just who I've been, and
Yeah.
that's who I've always been. And I've always been into masculine things like fighting, like shooting guns, like
You like working on cars?
I never really tried. I've never really tried, but the little things that I've done, I've enjoyed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, working on cars, working on guns is I'd say there are many similarities between the two.
They're machines, right? So
Yeah. I've never really just been in any situation or a time of my life where I had the opportunity to work on cars. But it is something that I've been always I've thought about, is like buying an old Mustang, like a 61, 62 Mustang.
Trying to fucking revive that bitch.
Bro, just make it sexy. There's a page on Instagram I follow called Classic Cars. They post a lot of those old Mustangs. God,
Yeah.
damn, bro, those are some nice cars.
Have you seen Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious?
Yeah, of course.
That one they use
Or that-
at the end.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie too. Yeah,
Tokyo Drift was very cool.
yeah, that Mustang.
I love all of them. I love all the Fast and Furious. Up until the what was it? Well, it wasn't even Fast and Furious anymore. The one where it was just between Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
Oh yeah,
That one wasn't good.
Yeah.
But everything else I liked.
they got too like government involved, like I don't know, like tanks and shit. Like,
Yeah, it went from being just about cars to being a full-blown badass action movie with tanks and cars.
Dude, I don't think I ever
there.
saw them hit the NOS button like any time after like the fifth one.
I never once saw them.
They do. Man.
I never once saw them put gas.
I never
Dude,
seen
how
them
about
downshift or
crazy?
anything like that.
How about the movie where they skydove in their cars? Which
Yeah,
one was that?
Oh, the one where they go through
That
the,
was super cool,
Aren't
man.
they in the United
Yeah, they went to
United
Dubai.
Arab
Yeah,
Emirates.
Abu Dhabi. They were in
Yeah,
Abu
they're
Dhabi.
driving through fucking
Yeah.
skyscrapers.
Yeah, you know, look, man, that's the kind of shit that I do in my mind.
Ronda Rousey was in that movie.
Yeah, she was. She's a terrible actress.
Yeah.
she was. She's fuck.
She's a terrible
Bro, I
actress.
remember watching that movie. I'm like, you're gonna drive through the fucking window and
Twice.
fly into another building.
Twice.
And then they're like,
Yeah.
Fuck the elevator.
sure, why not?
Fuck the elevator. Right?
Yeah.
dude, yeah, it's because the whole scenario was they were trying to get that car out.
Yeah.
And they fucking had it. Oh my god!
And the fucking supercar, the
Yeah.
brakes malfunction. I'm like, what kind of supercar is
Yeah,
this?
dude.
Where the brakes don't work?
So much
Fuck
for
this
super.
supercar.
Yeah, better
Yeah.
have a lifetime
You paid
warranty.
$1 million
on those
for this
fucking
piece of shit?
God damn it, Hollywood.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh shit! All right. So
That's
speaking of fighting and martial arts, did you guys see that the fights this weekend? Obviously, it was Roy Jones Jr. and
What a
fucking
knockout.
Mike Tyson and fucking Jake Paul
That one.
and the fucking basketball player Nate Robinson. You guys get to? Did you guys?
Who
get,
is that?
I
Okay,
watched it.
first
No, I
off,
watched
number
it.
one. Hold on. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last thing I want to say before I ask you guys if you watched it, for the people that paid 65 and up for that,
$50.
it's 2020, man. Figure it out. Find a streaming service.
Crashers.
It was on there for free, and I was
Hey,
able
it
to
was
watch
actually
so.
on in the Telemundo.
Yeah, Telemundo.
Telemundo had it.
They
They're
showed
like,
for
They had it for
dude.
free.
Yeah, they
Oh,
showed it for
nice.
free.
Okay, so there you go. Anyways, Nick, I know you saw the fight. Misa, did you see the
I
fight?
saw it all, dude. I stayed up late.
Barbar,
Saw it.
did you say it? Did you see
Just
it?
the Tyson fight.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you saw the Tyson one. You didn't catch the undercard.
No.
I actually watched it because like I kind of just like I like Nate Robinson and I remember him balling out as like
Yeah.
a Nick, you know. So
I liked him because he's the same height as I am, dude.
yeah, dude, and
Every
he's
time I see
balling
him
out
play
in
ball.
the NBA. I was like, dude,
Dude,
what
I
the
saw
fuck is
him
my
go.
excuse?
He's your
barely
height
up.
in the NBA?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's a
Jesus.
3-time
Well,
world
dunk champion. Yeah,
dunk champion.
he's not in the NBA
I've seen
anymore.
that guy.
Yeah, he's retired now, but he spent, I would say, probably 10 plus years in
Yeah.
the NBA,
It's
and he's
phenomenal.
really small. And so, if you know anything about basketball, you know that being that size
It's
in
ridiculous.
that sport
Yeah.
is very
and being
challenging.
able to dunk it and being a
Yeah.
champ at
That's
a dunk
ridiculous.
contest.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
He was the undercard, and it was him
That's
against
so crazy.
Jake Paul,
Co-main event.
or co-main event, I guess, in a way. Yeah.
How long's he been boxing?
Just
Well,
recently, probably like
If you saw the fight, it didn't look
Yeah,
like
it was-
he'd been
dude, it's-
fucking.
it's
If you
like
see
the
the
last
whole
year.
thing, dude, it looked like a street, like a guy that didn't know. Like
It is not a good idea to
well,
go in against
and
a
people
pro
said
boxer.
no, the other guy's not even. I mean, now he is, but he's
Well,
a
not,
YouTuber.
I don't know how pro he
Yeah.
is. He's
Jake-
Jake Paul is a
Jake Paul was the other guy. For you guys who don't know who Jake Paul is, he's
I
a
don't.
YouTuber. He's an influencer. The guy's young. He's like 23 years old, but he's starting to take fucking boxing seriously. He had already had a fight before, so he had.
he
at
fought
least-
another
Yeah,
YouTuber.
he fought another
Yeah,
YouTuber.
so he at least had some.
Dude, I gotta get in
experience,
on
though.
this shit.
Yeah.
YouTubers fighting YouTubers.
Yeah, and this guy's calling out McGregor. He's calling out that Mexican
of course,
boxer.
dude. Look, man, if I could fight Conor McGregor, I would too.
Yeah, dude. That's
You know what I mean?
that's
If I'm gonna make
it's a
$10 million
payday.
to
Dude,
get
that's
my
a
ass beat,
payday, bro.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Me too.
That's all
I would
good.
have fought fucking Tyson too. Shit.
But so
That
Okay,
one-
at least my kids would be set.
so
You have kids?
unfortunately.
Yeah, I think.
Unfortunately, we don't have the projector, so we could show you Barbar.
That's all
But
good.
on
That's all
break,
good.
I pulled up the YouTube clip. If you guys haven't seen the fight between Robinson and Jake Paul, you don't need to watch the whole thing. You don't have to. You probably won't be like satisfied with it. But go on YouTube, type in Nate Robinson knocked out, and you will see a quick Like, he got knocked down twice, but the last time, dude, poor guy, dude. Like, he was fucking flattened on the.
He was asleep.
He was done.
And then the memes started, and
within 5 minutes, there was a meme on Facebook.
Guys,
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorite memes that I saw, and Joe posted this up. Shout out to Joe. It was like after the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight, and you know how like the guy, the ref, he's there in the middle, and then somebody pointed out, and like somebody, I guess like they photoshopped Nate Robinson still passed out
in the ring,
and like kind of right outside the ring, and then dude, this guy's still here.
Yeah,
and that shit was hilarious. That's how bad he got knocked out.
It was crazy. Nick, what did you think about that?
The whole fight,
just the Nate Robinson part. We'll get into the Jones Jr. one right now.
I think, first of all, I'm not a Jake Paul fan, or like I don't like YouTubers fighting YouTubers. Like, and then he goes from fighting this guy who's a professional basketball player to calling out a professional fighter, Conor McGregor. Like, fight a real fighter first, man. Fight a boxer.
Well, he's called out that Mexican, that young Mexican boxer.
Who? Oh, Ryan Garcia? Garcia. But dude, Garcia's going to put him in the dirt too.
Wow.
You gotta understand, these are pro boxers, dude. These guys have been fighting since, like, they're little, man. And
I feel like he takes it seriously enough.
It's becoming kind of like that one show, like that celebrity death match.
His
you
fighting,
guys remember that?
His fighting is sloppy, man. Both their fightings were very sloppy, dude.
Hey.
It was a very sloppy fight.
I guess if you're like a fucking like boxing connoisseur, you kind of don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah, like I didn't want to watch that.
What did you think, Barbar, about the Tyson fight, the Roy Jones Jr. versus Tyson fight?
I thought there would be more action,
right?
And there was very little.
There was very little action in that.
Yeah,
I think that's all to blame to Roy Jones, dude. I mean, if you saw, I think he was just.
I don't know, man. I think the whole setup of the 8 2-minute rounds. First of all, that's a very short period.
But that kind of pushes you to go harder, though, right? If you think about it.
Well,
that's not the key.
That's why most of the fights, like the very first fight, it was like a real boxing match.
But this wasn't.
These guys went at it.
Yeah, but this was more of a sparring match rather than a boxing match, I think.
I think that they got together at some point early in the year and they said, you know what, we're old as fuck, but we need a big payday.
Yeah. Let's get that bag. What do you say?
Let's get in there. Let's each make $20-30 million, whatever the hell they made. And let's not hurt each other too bad.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a draw, so nobody's going to look bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part right there. Like, we're going to do all this. We're going to get paid.
Yeah.
Everything. We're not going to get fucked up. You're not going to get knocked out. And none of us are going to take an L.
Right. There has to be something. Dude, it's
dude, that's a fucking, like, if your agent calls you up and says, hey, this is what we have for you. You're going to go fight Mike Tyson. Yes, it's Mike Tyson.
What do you think about that whole, like, Mike Tyson starting this whole new thing of, like, bringing back, like athletes, retired athletes to do their thing again?
It's not going to work.
No, dude, I think
it's not going to work.
I think you retired for a reason. So, like, you're good, right?
Anything performance related has got an expiration date on it.
Yes.
They're past the expiration date.
Especially a sport like that, man.
Try bringing back a 53-year-old porn star.
Yeah.
Start that shit. You know what I mean?
I don't think things would move the same way.
They need to have a bucket of lube on set. You know, you need.
Dude, or even imagine like a 53-year-old quarterback in the NFL just getting robbed.
Tom Brady's on.
Imagine Joe Montana.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that would be terrible. God bless.
It was a great card though. Besides the co-main event,
I mean, I'm curious now. Who's the? Can you Google what's the oldest porn star to date?
Get on that, Nick. Dude, when I was tripping out,
let's all make our guesses. What do you think?
I'm gonna say in the 60s.
65,
63. I'm saying 63.
63?
Yeah, I'm saying 63.
Dude, there are some.
Well, hold on. Okay, what do you think? You say 63. What do you think? 65.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? You're thinking like
I was thinking 42? Like 38, but
no, dude, no.
Bro, you're underestimating the freak people. There's some freaks out there,
dude. It's like, are you planning to stop fucking after that age? Like, no, dude.
No, but you know that's when you start. I might start turning the lights off after about 52.
No, maybe if anything, that's when more lights turn on. You know what I mean?
Okay, so while Nick figures out who the
the only one I'm seeing is this
She's Russian.
Nah, it's not even a chick, dude. It's a guy.
Hey.
He's 82.
Damn.
Some Japanese guy just
What a
slanging
savage.
it. Just
What
slanging
a
it, dude.
savage.
She's been slinging it for 7 decades.
Smashing
Whoa.
No! Bro.
Bro, what is in the sushi in Japan? I want to eat some.
Dude,
Fucking,
he's slanging
what is it? Some sort of ED medicine, Viagra.
Damn. 82. But what about female? You couldn't find female?
Punch it in female. Put the
That's
keyword
crazy.
in.
82 years
Jeez,
old,
man.
bro.
He's
Bro.
still laying the hammer down.
Oh my God.
Maybe
Bro,
that's the only thing that's alive.
He's going to live to be 150.
he's probably, yeah, dude.
probably.
And
He's
he'll-
probably got like at
And
least
he'll
50
he'll
kids.
probably still like
That's
get some in every
fantastic.
once in a while.
He's gonna
like,
die with a
no more
boner.
porn.
Have you ever tried to do the
92 years old.
No.
Okay, 92.
That's a
92.
porn star?
92.
That she was in a...
Jeez,
Dude,
man.
you thought my
Look up the video.
65 was crazy.
I thought 65 was crazy.
Look up the video.
No,
don't
she's
look
not
up-
92. There's no way she's 92.
That's what it says. 92.
In that picture, let me see.
That's against the
No,
law.
not in that.
Okay.
That's the video.
I don't want to see the 92-year-old picture if you find it.
Bro,
That's the video.
no,
Jeez, man.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Bro. I feel like when she climaxes, like all this stuff
Does she have a
Her organs come out.
are her hips still intact? Can she walk?
She can't
Dude,
feel anything. Dude.
That
That's
has
the
to be
thing.
a fucking prosthetic hip. It has to be. No
Gotta
way.
be something, man.
Okay, so this is the 92-year-old one right here.
Oh my
And
God.
this one's the 80-year-old.
Jesus. Okay, so look,
They need to
guys.
do a porno with the 82-year-old Japanese guy and the 92-year-old woman.
Dude.
That's what they need to do.
So,
That
they
needs to
probably
be
died.
their last shoot.
Right?
You know?
dude, so
That's crazy.
oh my God.
We were way off.
I
dude.
told
We were
you.
way off.
I fucking told you guys.
It was
You
like
guys-
twice as much as Jimmy said.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
underestimating the freak.
Dude.
A freak.
I guess so,
dude.
man.
By far. That was
Slanging
ridiculous.
it at 80.
Slanging it. Not only just laying
I
it down.
seem
slanging it.
like a church boy right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
That's
Oh
intense.
my God.
Slanging it.
I thought I was being a little like extra with 65, but
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, let me trust the internet, baby. Let me
Yeah.
trust it. It's never done me wrong.
Yeah.
And here we are. You know what I mean? That's crazy, dude. So, all right, dude. We're going to start to get ready to wrap up this fucking podcast.
Let's go.
One more time before we do that, go ahead and tell our audience where they can find the Barbar Show in case they want to go check you out.
Yeah, man. Facebook, Instagram, it's the Barbar Show. It's one word on Instagram. And to find it on YouTube, the best way is also just to type the Barbar Show into the search box as one word. And it's Barbar, B-A-R-B-A-R. So the Barbar Show. That's it.
Barbar Show.
The
Yeah.
Barbar Show.
Guys, go check him out on YouTube. Make sure you type in the way he says. That way you can get directly to his channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, support the people that support us. Thank you for coming on today, man.
Of course, man.
Before we end this podcast, guys, we like to do a segment called 5 Random Questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to peel back the layers of our boy Jamil Barbar here and see what he's really about. Yeah, look, just like that. So, Nick, are you ready for 5 random questions?
Let's do it.
Misa, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Barbar?
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Question number.
He's a fighter, dog.
He ain't never scared. Dude, have you ever been scared in your life? That's not one of the questions, but like.
That should be.
Man, let me tell you
That's a bonus
something.
question. That's a bonus.
What's the most scared you've been?
Bro,
That's what I want.
when you grow up in the Middle East,
Oh, dude, I'm sure you're scared as shit.
That's all you had to say. Move on.
that's it. Yeah, next question.
All right, we'll move on. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Question number 1. Okay, since you have a bunch of water in front of you, do you prefer warm or cold water? I'm a cold guy all the way.
Room temperature.
Warm?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Room temperature. Not warm. Not warm.
That's what I meant. Room temperature.
Yeah, I like room
Yeah.
temp.
Or a little bit
No,
cool is
man.
okay, but not ice cold.
Mine has to be ice cold.
Bro,
Yeah.
I love ice cold water. Dude.
Yeah.
That shit hits the fucking. You know what I mean? Every fucking time. I'm
That
telling
shit's
you.
Flames.
Cold lemonade, cool water.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you a tea guy? That's not one of the questions.
He's a
I
coffee.
do. I drink a lot of tea, actually. Yeah.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
tea. Tea's good, dude.
Yeah.
Drink some tea, people.
Yeah.
And you don't even need like crazy tea, just regular fucking tea.
I always buy different types of teas. Blueberry.
There you go.
I get fancy with it.
Okay, question number 2.
Ask me.
Are you a Samsung or iPhone guy?
Oh, iPhone, dude. Fuck
Oh.
yeah.
Did you get that new update? You get that new update on?
I have an
shit?
iPhone. I have an iPhone 6, brother. I don't think it's capable of updating.
No,
at this
you're
point.
not. Dude, I'm surprised it's even working still.
Yeah, barely. Yeah, it's like that 92-year-old porn star.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
It's all coming full circle here. Dude, I would think an iPhone 6 by now, Apple would have just like fucking installed some sort of virus on
Man,
your phone.
my battery will be at 35%. I'll send a text, it'll go to 9.
It's handy with that now. It's handy. with
Bro,
that.
I'm surprised you're even here right now, given the status of your phone.
Yeah.
But iPhone guy, Nick,
iPhone.
Misa.
iPhone. Yeah.
I used to be a Samsung guy. I do like the Samsungs. I do.
Nokia.
There's some shit that you can
Are
do.
they still around?
I don't know, but those were the bomb. Back
I remember.
in the day.
They probably haven't even run out of battery.
There's some shit you can
They
do
don't-
on
they never run out of
Samsungs that you can't do on iPhone. So I appreciate Samsung for that. There's room for both.
Yeah.
Fine. You know, we don't have to be like,
No, there
It's
is.
a free country.
Kinda.
Chris.
He's like, no,
It's
no,
a
no.
free country.
Not on this discussion. Now it's a dictatorship.
All right, dude. What is your question number 3? What is your biggest guilty pleasure?
Shooting random shit.
Jeez, I don't know.
Mine is Taylor Swift.
I don't know if I know what a guilty pleasure is.
Like
I
something that
think-
you're like afraid to admit in front of like a group of friends. Like, I don't want everyone to know that I'm a Taylor Swift fan,
Oh,
but
man,
if you give me that fucking if you give me
He's an open book, dude.
playlist
Look
of
at
her,
I'm a pretty open book, man.
Damn.
I really got to think about that one. I don't know. I don't know that there's anything that if asked about, I wouldn't.
or like Justin Bieber.
I wouldn't. Oh, fuck Justin Bieber.
You see? Like I like Justin Bieber.
No,
dude.
I said
Like,
fuck Justin Bieber. no Justin Bieber. I mean, you know, I like I was thinking when, you know, back in my fighting days, if I had done one more fight, I was going to walk out to Miley Cyrus party in the USA.
There you go.
I think that's a fantastic song, but I don't think that's a guilty pleasure.
That is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I feel like it is, dude.
Yeah, it
I
totally is a good.
I thought guilty pleasure is like you do something, then you feel bad about it, like eating a pizza or something.
Well, you
like
should
that.
feel bad about walking out to Miley Cyrus. I'm just saying.
No, dude, that song's tremendous. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Shit, bro, I can't wait to have her on my podcast someday.
Hey, that's the mindset you need to have.
Speak it into existence.
There you go, man. I like that.
Yeah.
So, question number 4. What would you what would you tell 15-year-old Barbar? Like life advice.
Oh, that's a good one.
And you're 15.
Yeah.
So you're kind of already like forming your own thoughts in a way, you know,
That's
you
Volcano
a little
Tacos.
bit.
Do it.
Yeah. I would say get yourself together quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Start on that path early. Everything from your appearance, the way you talk, the way you think. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
I really like that one because it's straight to the point.
That's the title of the book I'm writing. Get your life together.
Oh shit!
Oh,
there
shit.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. When do you
writing
like,
a book too? Holy
Yeah,
shit!
when
Are
do
you
you
writing
like-
all this down, Nick? I don't see you writing, bro. There's so much shit that this guy.
So it's
I would say don't be, you know, to go to carry on with that point. I would say don't feel weird about wearing a suit. I used to feel weird about wearing a suit. Now it's my number one choice of attire.
that's your thing now.
Yeah. I used to think that it was weird, you know, like, because I just wanted to look like everybody else. Let me just wear some jeans. Let me just, you know, you won't see me wearing blue jeans. There's no blue jeans in my house.
Suited up.
Everybody wears blue jeans.
Yeah, dude. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, fucking the
majority.
majority of
The
people.
majority
do.
of people.
They have a pair of jeans in their fucking room somewhere.
I have gray jeans.
You know, he's
Yeah.
like, but the blue ones.
The blue ones.
blue
no,
ones.
no, too pedestrian.
Man, to go back to like the 30s or 40s when that was just like.
Yeah.
Where everyone was wearing suits
Just
and shit.
suits.
True.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that. You know what happened in the 40s?
I don't know.
A lot of crazy shit.
Probably.
All right, question number 5.
That was
I could tell you.
such
dude.
a
You can't
summary of
tell me.
history. It's like,
Okay, I want a fucking timeline of the political landscape of the 1940s in America.
let me summarize history for you kids. A lot of shit has gone down.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of shit was happening.
Dude,
back
he
then.
goes from like, do you know what happened in the 40s? A lot of shit. And that's it.
Yeah.
Bro, the 40s was a fucking time to be alive, bro, and not the best time either.
Right.
But it was a fucking time. You were involved in some fucking shit. Some shit that was changing the world type of shit, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
some good shit.
Not really. Not all the time.
It's good now, but
Well, it's good now, but not if you were living in Poland during the fucking
Thank you to all my
40s.
ancestors from the 40s.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Okay, question number 5, last question. Barbar, this is a serious one, man. And I hate to ask you this. I really do. And no pressure. We don't want to put pressure on you. But
I'm not a virgin.
okay, no, I know. No. Yeah, I can smell it. Like, yeah, you're not a virgin. Yeah, I can. Yeah, nope, no virgins here. Okay, anyway. Question.
I might have been joking. You don't know. I might have been joking.
No, I can. Like I said,
He's not a big darker, like you said.
question 5.
Yeah.
Barbar, what is the meaning of life?
Oh, who the fuck knows?
Hey, that's
There you
a
go.
good answer.
Good
Who the
response.
fuck? I don't know.
Well, what does meaning even mean?
What is your meaning?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I thought you would know. Just kidding.
No.
Okay, so I would say maybe what fulfills your life? Like,
There's,
what are the things you do that like makes you feel alive?
There's a Bruce Lee quote you just made me think of, and I don't think it really applies to this, but I don't know. It came to my mind, so I'll share it. He says, "You can be a slave in the form of a holy mind to live. We do not live for, we simply live." And I think that's it, man. We simply live.
We live to live, right? That's the
What
purpose.
fulfills me? I don't know. I actually have difficulty answering that question because I don't really understand what fulfillment means. You know,
To me, I would say fulfillment means like something that you, and I don't know if it's fulfillment, but no, you take like pride and you're like, I did this, like this was me, you know, like you fulfilled your like need, your own personal need to get shit done in a way. I would say the basic way to put it.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough question.
I mean, I think I wonder if sometimes people confuse fulfillment and happiness. They mean one thing, they say another. If they both mean the same thing, and different people use different words.
I would say happiness is
sure,
definitely not fulfillment, man.
No,
I would say no because
what's the difference?
fulfillment, I'm saying, is like even if you do something that doesn't necessarily make you happy, but it's for the better of other people. I feel like you can feel fulfillment in that way. Like, you know what?
But isn't that making you happy?
It's not making you happy, but it's like, you know, you did the right thing. So you're like, you can gratify the decision. Like, hey, you know, it wasn't made in the best interest of me, but it was made in the best interest of, you know, everyone else, whatever the case. That's the way I see it.
Which is in your best interest. If you have the desire.
Which is in relation in your best interest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess it's not acting selfishly, I would say.
Right, but again, I mean, it's a tricky one because if you get some sort of satisfaction out of doing something for the good of others, then aren't you doing it selfishly?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Isn't that making
there's
you happy?
There's nothing really we don't do that's void of selfishness.
So so would you say inherently like everyone is selfish? Because I think
absolutely.
Yeah, I would say that definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, what's the meaning of life, dude?
Can't ask me that right now, dude.
What do you mean?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think you'd have to go through it a little more, dude. I'm only 25.
That's a very wise thing to say.
Yeah,
I tell people I'm only 28. What do I know?
Yeah, dude. Like, I think you have to go through it a little more. And
I still don't think you'd like still at like 55.
I think you choose.
Know.
I think you
No,
choose
I don't think so.
I think one day you will kind of know like your own definition
of the meaning
of life. But
We're here, man.
yeah, I mean, yeah, right now I'm just living, man. Like I'm fucking
That's
living.
it.
Yeah, I'm living, dude.
Just like Bruce Lee said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, like I heard another quote where he's like, "Be like water, like just flow." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good quote too.
Well,
I don't know the
that
full
was in
quote.
reference to fighting.
Yeah, but even like that kind of puts in the.
Well,
line,
yeah,
too.
mold yourself to
Yeah.
life. Yeah, just flow with it.
Just
yeah.
flow with it, dude. Like roll through the
Yeah.
punches with it, man.
Yeah. Metaphorically, yeah.
There you go, Misa. What about you?
I don't know. I think I mean it all has to do kind of like what you said. You're only 25. You know, I'm only 30. But I think with all that, you get an experience to where like you make your own meaning of what life means, or what
the meaning of your life,
right? Exactly.
Not
like
necessarily the meaning of life in general,
right?
but
Yeah,
the meaning that you
which like it goes back to how you guys were saying, and it makes everybody selfish. But I think when you really ask somebody that one question, then it's
wow,
it's going to be different because everybody lives a different life. You know?
I guess that was a good question to end the 5 random questions.
I want to ask him that grandma question if we can.
Go ahead, take it away.
This is a serious question too. It might be a deep question and it might take a while, but let's say Chris has a beautiful grandma, a great grandma, 85-year-old grandma, blind on her right side.
Cataracts.
Cataracts, yeah.
Don't. I don't like where this is going.
There's $2 million.
Well, she's his grandma.
Does it have to be Chris's grandma, or can it just be a random?
It's our grandma.
It's shared grandma.
Where's this going?
But hold on.
We should have just stopped with the 5
No.
questions.
This is about.
This is what you get when you want Misa to do a bonus question.
Fuck.
So then Chris comes up to you.
I don't think I asked for this.
Chris comes up to you. Shut up, Chris. Chris comes up to you, puts $2 million cash on the table, and tells you, dude, slap as hard as you can, slap my grandma. She's not going to die or anything. Slap my grandma as hard as you can. From her left side, obviously, because she won't know what's coming. What do you do it?
With your rings on.
Just, you have 5 seconds to decide right there and then.
Bro.
Would you hit his grandma as hard as you
Bro,
can? He's asking you to hit his grandma.
Have you seen me?
Yes, I know.
If I slap
you
a mule, I'll kill it.
I know, but you already know for a fact she's not gonna die. That's all you know. She might be.
Don't slap my grandma, bro.
She might go totally blind.
I love my grandma.
But Jamil,
is she gonna be in on the gig? Like, can I talk to her about it and say, listen, you get $1 million, I get $1 million?
No, I mean you could give her $1 million after and say it was an accident. You're aiming for him. Yeah. Whatever it is, you have to do it to get.
She has no idea this is like coming.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
That's a yes.
That's a yes. I really have to think about it. This is a difficult one.
It's a payday, man. Shit. I'll slap my own grandma.
I mean, like you said.
We've had a few people say that. Well, actually, I'll slap my own fucking grandma.
I mean, you could give her half after. You could, like.
She's not your grandma. She's our grandma.
I mean, she probably has Alzheimer's after that slap, so you don't have to give her shit. She wouldn't even know what hit her.
Yeah, she's definitely on the onset of Alzheimer's by that point.
I could probably make it look like it was full force, but kind of like pull back a little.
Like pull back it right at the very end, just like
won't knock her false teeth out or anything.
Okay.
But
that's good.
So that's a yes.
$2 million. $2 million.
Hey, $2 mill's a bag, brother.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we've only had one person say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think, like, would she actually be mad at me afterwards? If
she's a very loving person.
Yeah.
If anything,
she'll forgive you, dude.
You'll have a plate of fucking tamales afterwards.
If I tell, if afterwards I say, look, I did this so I can buy you a house and a full-time person to take care of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there it is.
So
the whole thing is he would do it.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not saying for sure, but probably.
We're trading off here.
So we're just gonna say yes.
So yes. All right. So
I have to evaluate.
Put him in the 51%
yes category.
By the way, you guys realize we still don't know who the president of the United States is. By the way,
do.
It's your aunt.
Kanye
What's her name?
Kanye.
It's your aunt. What's her name?
I don't know.
What's her name?
Who?
The one that's with the old dude.
Sleepy Joe.
The one with Sleepy Joe?
Yeah, she's your president.
What is her name?
I forget.
I don't even
Harris.
Dude, at this
Harris.
Point,
Dude, we already have the first female president. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like,
Anyways, December 2nd.
Bro, what is this shit you're blowing over here? Fucking vape pen.
Vape pen, dude. This is my inhaler.
Yeah, dude. That's straight oxygen. Straight oxygen. All right, guys. So with that note, we're going to go ahead and give our final thoughts on today's podcast and wrap this shit up. Nick, final thoughts on today's pod?
I enjoyed this podcast. I think the last one we got pretty deep too, and today too. Yeah,
we've been getting deep, bro.
Yeah,
been getting real deep.
I fuck with
Good. Misa, final thoughts on today's pod?
Oh, dude, it was great seeing you, man. It's
you
been
too,
a couple. I think the last time I saw you was probably like a year ago at the airport.
Yeah,
and you were coming back. You were coming back from Vegas. I ran into him, and he just showed up, and I was like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Nah, I just came back from Vegas." I was like, "Well, yeah, what are you doing out there?" He's like, "Just spending and making money."
Yeah, a little bit of poker, a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh shit," But it's good seeing you, man. It's good seeing how successful you are. The stuff that you're doing, bro. You're a very interesting guy. I didn't even now. I feel like I know you even more than what I did before. But thank you for coming again, guys. Everybody listening, everybody, thank you, Nick. always a good one. Chris, always a good one, guys. Everybody out there, make sure to stay safe and stay fresh.
Bam.
Barbar, final thoughts on today's podcast, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was really cool for me to sit in the passenger seat for once.
Okay.
Right? Because the only podcast I've been on is my own, and I'm hosting, and so I'm the one, kind of guiding the show.
You're the pilot.
And so it was cool to just sit here and get asked questions and talk, not have to worry about the production of it all.
Switching the camera angles.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. No, this was cool.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, dude. First off, I want to thank you for, like I said, coming on and sharing your time with us. We really do appreciate it. You're a really interesting guy. We talked about a fuckload of different things.
And there's a lot that I feel that we missed too.
There's a lot that we can still talk about. So definitely we have to get round 2 in at some point. That's for sure.
Yep.
But overall, I thought this was really cool. I like connecting with people that know Misa that do not know me, because it's kind of like, and you're kind of like a stranger, but you're not, because you have some sort of context here. But like I said, the moment I saw you, I was like, I know you. I just don't know
Lucifer
that.
From that show.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, from the show.
No, that's not even what I was
Especially
referencing.
how he came in, man, looking fly with his black suit on and his nice watch, and
But yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Fucking,
dude. And you're single right now?
Gotta
Real
wear a
quick,
suit.
are you single
I'm
right now?
always single.
Oh, shit,
there
Nick.
you go. That's
Nick's
sharp.
single too.
Hey, I wouldn't
I'm always single except when I need to be in a relationship.
There you
So
go.
when somebody
There you go.
tells you, "Hey, are you single?" and you're like, "No, I started seeing someone."
Hey,
Yeah,
go.
so
once you need to use it to your advantage.
sometimes
that's
you
when
need to
bring it
be.
in.
Sometimes you need to be seeing someone.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this podcast, episode number 53, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Make sure you all go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, give us a like, YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and Apple Podcast rate and review. With all that being said, guys, episode 53, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We are
Solid.